What's going on, guys? It's Eric again, back with another video. As you may or may not know, this channel is now the Michigan Sports Hub. It was Eric a Lions fan because as I was sitting here yesterday kind of chewing on some stuff that I kind of want to do with this YouTube channel, at least a sports channel, I figured it probably is a good idea to kind of spread out instead of being Lions-centric, kind of spread it out to the other sports teams, like the Tigers, which is kind of right up here. We're gonna talk about Tigers content, how Illich and Scott Harris are doing. We're gonna talk Michigan football, how Sharon Moore is doing, and how the offensive defensive coordinators are doing. We're gonna talk Michigan State football, how Jonathan Smith, the first year coach, did. We're gonna talk. I already said the Tigers. We're probably not really gonna talk about the Red Wings or the Pistons, only because the Pistons, I was interested into basketball, but now basketball's a 3-point. Seems like every time you go down the floor, someone's trying to hit up a 3-point shot. That to me is boring to me. I'm not going to play that game, and I'm not going to go out and cover that. The Red Wings, to me, I just don't understand hockey, so we're probably not going to cover that. But we're probably going to cover how. I've been kind of keeping an eye on how this team's doing. I'm not watching really any games or anything, but you hear through the grapevine about how the team's doing and where their struggles are at. And we're probably gonna touch on that here and there throughout the channel. But anyway, I kind of wanted to take that part and get that out of the way right now. It's kind of more or less to be more Michigan sports centric is really what it is, and that was the reason for the name change. Excuse me. Anyway, kind of want to talk about the Lions here. Alim McNeill tore his ACL, not good. Davis, jaw injury. Now, the only thing I can think about that jaw injury where a player kind of came underneath the helmet and it was inadvertent. I don't think it was malicious at any point. Got the helmet right here, probably, and that's how he broke his jaw. Freak accident. That happens. He's going to be out 6 weeks, I think 6-7 weeks. Maybe back for the playoffs if the Lions can somehow get a playoff run going. And the big hurt is David Montgomery with an MCL injury. Going to have surgery on that. He's done. So it's going to be the Jahmyr Gibbs show. The Jahmyr Gibbs show. There we go. There is another person, which that person right now, I should have wrote all this down here, guys. I got to do a better job at doing that. Did not get the other person's name, but we seen him during the preseason, and he made the preseason cut, and we seen that he can do damage for the opposing defense here. I can't remember his name. It really bothers me, but anyway. This Lions team is decimated. Now it's starting to come over onto the offensive side of the ball. Now you got Montgomery kind of getting out here. And we're still 12-2. I think there's really some good things that can happen here. Unfortunately, on Detroit's case, you're going to have to outscore your opponent, which we've seen this past Sunday against the Bills. That's a tall order, especially against the better teams. And when we get into the playoffs, it's really going to be a difficult task to do this. And it depends on who we match up with. And I don't want to, that'll be a different discussion for a different time, but it really is, guys, when we get into the playoffs, which we already qualified for the playoffs. It's just going to be one of these things that the team is just going to have to overcome, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Now, we have upcoming with the Bears here, which the Bears are going to be no slouch. They're still a good team, even though the NFC North is just packed this season. It is. It's just packed. You have Green Bay, which is a 10-win team, I think is what I've seen. You have the Vikings, which just beat the Bears, and the Lions at 12-2, with the Lions owning, as of today, the tiebreaker. Now, when they go to Ford Field, that's going to be for the NFC North Championship right there, I think. If the Lions can get past and win against the Bears. And they got to go out to Santa Clara out to play the 49ers. And the 49ers are going to be no slouch, even though their season is technically done at the season's end. Their players and their people are still going to play at a level because some people might get traded, might get released. You don't kind of necessarily know. You got to put your best foot forward out there. So I don't think any real team is going to lay down for Detroit. I don't think that at all. Now, they may not play the people that are going to be coming back, but they're probably going to maybe play people that they don't want necessarily play. Try to get a good understanding of kind of where the team sits, at least if you're a 49ers fan. And possibly even a Chicago Bears fan. You might see people be put in there to try to figure out who they're going to be maybe re-sign or keep, or who's are going to get released and who may get traded at season end, or who might be trade bait even for the NFL draft. But no one is going to be kind of laying down for Detroit here. It's probably going to come to the last game against the Vikings to try to see who's the NFC North champions. Now, if Detroit ends up losing one of the two, then it's kind of, if they lose the next two games, and that's the showstopper for Detroit. There's going to be no division championship, but at least we have the playoffs. But these next two games the next three games are going to be a real telling sign about how this team is going to kind of go forward into the playoffs, and how we're going to be doing here, if we can make a deep run or not. A couple people have said the Super Bowl is probably out of reach now. Based on our injuries, I would say that's probably true. Don't want to put any... I don't want to sugarcoat stuff. Getting to the Super Bowl is hard even when you're healthy. It is extremely difficult to get them be here. Even with a roster like they've got here. So that's where I'm going to kind of end it here, guys. I know it kind of seems like I'm kind of cutting it off here. I hear the dogs out back. They're hungry. I got to feed one of them. One of them is going for surgery here later today. So anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think of the name change. Also, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Give it a thumbs down if you do not. Also, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you guys get more videos just like this one. I'm going to shower. I'm going to get this last cup of coffee down me. Start getting ready and start to go to work, guys. All right? Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care, guys. Deuces.